Hello. It's Wednesday, about 6 o'clock. I am walking home from my dad's, which I do every day here, not far from the Bothell campus. I am headed home. It's time for the midweek update. You're going to get a few of these probably from me walking on this trail. So, hopefully I'll do this in less than 4 minutes. All right, so good start. We have people on the Padlet sharing a little about themselves. We have some comments on the Neil Postman document. We have some people who have added their pictures on the projects page, some links to their journals and possible projects they're going to work on for this class. Yeah, that's good. Almost everybody has activated their UW Google account, so that's great. And let me tell you about what I'm just going to begin by sharing something that is part of my teaching philosophy. Of course, all of our teaching philosophies are multifaceted, lots of things involved. I'm just so you can start thinking about yours and what that looks like. You don't need to start writing it yet, obviously, but just thinking about it. So I believe in project-based learning. I think that it helps real-world environments, that if we can create real-world environments for our students. The Google site is kind of an example of that. It's a little different than Canvas. It's not likely you'll see Canvas ever again, in your careers, depending on what you're doing. But the project itself is, going to take all 10 weeks of this course. It's going to be a portfolio or exploration of tools or a learning object. And that's project-based learning, right? So that's something I believe in teaching environments. I also believe in student agency. You may not know this, but we all have the same access to that Google site. I have no more power than any of you in that space. I think it's important that we give students the ability to change their world, change their environment. Maybe not completely, but a lot more than we do, right? So, it takes a lot of trust to give a class basically full access to a course. And I don't know, I feel like in that trust, I'm able to take maybe more risks as an educator. And I think that's also something I believe in as a teacher, that we need to be willing to lead the way and learn new things. So those are things that I would ponder or write about in my teaching philosophy. I hope that you are reflecting on yours. I think that, Neil Postman's, I can't remember which one it is, but it's the one with the drop of dye in water, where technology just changes everything when it's introduced. It doesn't just sit separate. And that would be a piece of my philosophy too, especially where being critical of new technologies and being somebody who just doesn't adopt everything and think it's just great. You got to really think about the implications. And to do that, I think you have to explore things. You don't want to burn the books without reading them, right? So you don't want to burn them anyway. But you need to know what's out there. And to that end, I think what we're doing in this class is exploring those things and being less fearful. So I also want to consider the ISTE standards. If you haven't, there's just, 5, I think, items on that with a few bullet points underneath each one. We're doing some of them right now. You signed up for a class to learn about learn about technologies and how they can be used well in academic settings. So take a look at those. I think trying to wind those things and some of the readings that we do into your teaching philosophy is probably what's going to end up happening as a result of the course. So let's see, structural things. I think at the end of this week, maybe Monday, I'm gonna replace the current homepage that you land on our class site with the week 2 page, so that when you land on that Google site, you're just gonna see the information you need for week 2. I'll take the week 1 and put it, or take the existing homepage and put it probably over with the weekly work as week 0 or something like that. Yeah, I think that's about it. That's 6 minutes long. I went way over time as usual, sorry. But great job so far. Make sure you're on the Padlet. See who's in the class. Say hi to them. Read the Neil Postman article. Think about your project, what you want to create during the next 9.5 weeks. And please let me know, as always, if I can help. Nobody showed up to the first office hours. I'll try it again next Tuesday, but if somebody has an idea for like when a time that's better than Tuesday night at 6, please let me know. Great work, and I'll see you soon. Bye.